Hey everyone, Raven here from tjtrue.com, and we have an interesting topic we're going to talk about today. Let's talk about how we can bring back gold digging. I know when you hear gold digging, you're like, what? How can you say that? But just listen, hear me out. Alright? Now, like, share, comment, and even subscribe to this channel. So it's time to bring back gold digging. Like mom said countless times, love don't make no turds. It was so unromantic and it was coarse, but it was true. Love don't make no turds, nor does it pay bills, nor create wealth. Love alone also won't keep a marriage together. Yet, many of us refuse to acknowledge that love should take a back seat when searching for a potential mate. Bring back the transactional value that created and sustained most of the marriages that existed prior to the 18th century. But why did we lose it? Where did it go? And why is it the only valuable option for black women in 2019 and beyond? Now, if some of you don't know what gold digging is, let me let you know. In my research, the answer is that the question depends on who you ask. In general, it is a woman or a man who seeks out romantic engagements for the sole purpose of financial gain. But black women can also be considered gold digging by only dating men who have successful means of employment. And especially in the black community, it can be considered gold digging to expect even the smallest amount of financial assistance or even a meal from a decent restaurant. Crazy, right? For the purpose of this article, we will use gold digging as the term to describe finding a mate with the means to secure generational wealth for any future generations the two may create. So to be clear, that may not mean millions in the bank. It may mean 100 acres of farmland, a passing grade from the bar exam, a recent ownership or procurement of a franchise store, or even a solid business plan. Whatever the means, it must be capable of providing a better future for your legacy than you can now, even if you've already secured the bag yourself. Now, why was gold digging a thing? Marriage didn't start out about love. Marriage was all about alliances and consolidating assets and power. It was a lifetime contract used to amass wealth. It wasn't all that long ago when a man couldn't marry a woman without providing physical proof that she would be taken care of financially. Whether it was in the form of a home, land, cattle, or currency, neither would a man with their assets consider marrying a woman who didn't come with a dowry. Yes, gold digging was prized during a time in history when a woman had very little in the way of power. Often, the only assets a woman had were inherited, given by her parents in marriage, or gained throughout her marriage. And though we may have the right to vote and some power in politics, we still have a way to go. So, what really has changed? We can talk about post-French revolutionary idealism and the influx of poverty that drove women into the workforce that led to the destabilization of gold digging. The idea that love was a factor only became widespread after that. The concept of marrying into wealth never left, but over time became demonized and a cause of shame and suspicion. Gold digging and women's rights. So how does that go hand in hand? Of course, there will be those who argue that if gold digging makes a triumph return, women's rights will be set back. Consider this. Why can't we do both? I'm not advocating that you marry and divorce or marry and arrange for an untimely death. I'm saying if you value your worth as a woman, as a wife, as a mother, then prove it. Accepting the bare minimum needs to become a thing of the past. There is no need to settle for a bare minimum. Imagine the call for black men to better their own circumstances if they knew that their entire pre-creational future relied on it. If you know better, you will do better. How do we get it back? It starts with us. We are gatekeepers, the creators. We all alone have the power, and according to the millions of men who father children in single-parent homes and foster care, the responsibility that means making the hard choice, setting the standard, and sticking to it. There are, of course, things you may need to do prior to seeking such a mate. Obviously, personal hygiene, body image, and affecting the right attitude will play a part. But the rewards will far outweigh the price you pay for the security that comes with it. The role of personal growth can only increase your odds of finding the proper mate. Yes, it's possible to find a husband in your city, but unless you live in a community of millionaires and billionaires, it's unlikely you will find what you need there. If you seek a doctor, perhaps you need to be in the medical profession yourself. If you seek a lawyer, the legal profession. If you need more precise info, check out this book called The Art of Gold Digging. And please check it out, you guys. It's a great read. I think you'll really like it, and we're going to have a link below so you guys can check the book out. Many of us have grown up, raised by mothers and fathers who told us that we deserve the best, but who poor planning or unfortunate circumstances prevented them from giving it to us. We know life is short and incredibly brutal. Happiness and purpose is most often determined by class and income. Perhaps it's time to try something new, or rather, something old. So tell me, do you have a financial standard for your potential mate? Let's go ahead and make a plan.